Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. Appreciate you being here. And if you clicked on this video is about the dark horse of FL Studio, which is Flex. Now, this is a free plugin that comes with FL Studio. And to be honest, there's 1,525 for free, which is insane, and it's insane. And today we're just gonna make a beat around a loop constructed from Flex. So the great thing about Flex is it actually has some piano and guitars and strings and winds in here. So I'm just gonna grab one of these pianos and build a progression. Go to C minor. We go something fast, like 177. Just gonna offset these notes. Super simple. I'm gonna copy the third up. Then we're gonna copy the bass notes, a couple of octaves as well, just to make it sound full. And we're gonna add some accent tones. So we'll copy it over and then we're gonna change the second half slightly. Beautiful. So there's the basic idea we've got down. Now we're gonna open up more Flex. I don't really know what I want. Might use a flute now. And I think we're just gonna, oh, that's the wrong plugin. No. I think what we're gonna do now is add the bass by just copying the root notes. Something you can do also is just mess with these macros with each of the sounds. And it can really change the vibe. As well as turning these effects off. Adjusting envelopes, filters, and the overall pitch. But yeah, like this plugin's underrated. Like, it's easy to use. It has a bunch of presets and a bunch of good sounds that you can actually use as well, not just like fluff. So this is the melody we've got so far. Not bad. I might throw halftime on it, actually, see what sort of effect we get. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Okay, we're gonna split this by channel. Just gonna arrange it. All right, so that's the sample. I'm gonna stem it out so I can save it. Might release this in a free sample pack coming in the future. Who knows? All right, I'm gonna record this. Amazing. All right, now just name this real quick. It's in 177 BPM and it's in C minor. If you didn't know, this is how you name samples and imprint your metadata into it once you've saved it, so it's harder for people just to rip them off. So in case you didn't know how to do that, what you do is you delete the loop points by right-clicking and deleting. It's down here. And then you normalize it, and then you right click on the title here and you get the sample properties up here. You just change the title and the file name. You put your Instagram or whatever in the comments, you click tempo sync and accept, and then you can either send it to playlist if you just want to save the loop file, or you can save the actual sample, don't forget to do this, in your samples file, which mine is in here, of May, save that in there, and then send it to playlist here like this, then you've got this, and then you can save the file like this in your loops, and then I'm just going to go to a new project, drag the sample in, and then we're going to add drums to it. So when you drag the sample in, you got to match the tempo, and then you can go to stretch, so then you can then adjust the tempo. I'm probably going to raise it, to be honest. Mixer track. What I'm actually gonna do is just cut the stems off, so I don't need them. And I'm gonna pitch it up 200 cents. So we're now in D minor, and because, like, in case you don't know the root notes, and because I've forgotten them, I'm gonna melodyne it to get the root notes out. So you just open it up, click transfer, play it until it repeats, and then you can just stop it, and melodyne analyzes it, and you can see here that the original sample was in C, but it's 2 semitones up, so the root notes go D, G, C, and then B flat, which is A sharp. Let's start putting some drums in. Let's start with hi-hats. Put a snare in this one. Make sure you cut your 808 to itself. So there you go. You've got your root notes absolutely perfecto. But you got to make sure, now I remember your 808s can't clash with the bass. So you want to take them out. I remember from this sample, I've got the bass playing in this section, and this section. This is the intro. This is the hook, which I'm actually going to, I want a 16 bar hook. Oopsies, undo that. 16 bar hook. So I'm going to drag this over and duplicate it. So we have an intro, 16 bar hook, and then a 24 bar verse. And then we'll have a 16 bar hook again, and then we'll just copy the outro over like this. And that's gonna be our entire song. So while we're cooking up, we can just leave this to loop. I'll probably leave it to loop on the section without, like in the hook where we're gonna have every single instrument playing, just so we get a good idea of how it's gonna sound when we're done. So right now we've got really basic drums. I'm just gonna give it a rough mix so we're not clipping. I'm gonna go in here. Something I've been doing recently is not just having an 8 clap every so often, and having some like rolls like this that lead up, but not having the velocity very loud. And not having them too often because they can get quite stale and irritating quickly. That's nice and simple, very bouncy, so let's oops, copy that over. I actually don't like that snare sound, so I'm gonna replace it. That's better. I'm gonna turn the velocity down of these much quieter. Cool. Alright, now let's edit this 808. Make sure you've got some triplet steps in your beats as well. Have some variation, but not too much. So we're gonna octave a few of these 808 notes because they sound pretty good, just to have some variation. Sounds pretty good. Now let's put a kick in that sort of follows that. A bit of a knock. Alt K to put it all down onto one note, and we're just gonna cut out some of the kicks just so it's not slamming at all times. Some of the shorter ones mainly. Oops. So now we can add some open hats and some perks. So once we've got all those, we can scroll through and just copy them over to the second side. So if we've got these, we can give it a mix. Very simple, very easy. I like it. So something I usually do for my 808s and kicks to hit louder, I not only make sure they're louder than everything else in the mix, but I just turn the other things down a little bit. Maybe keep the melody, keep everything relative, but make sure the kick and the 808 are the loudest. The kick being louder than the 808, and then you just turn on a limiter and a soft clipper, just turn it up. That's nice and loud. Now we're gonna delete these, go over here, split by channel, bang bang, drag all these in. So in the hook, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know I copy this over and you remove the kick in the first part of the hook. In the intro, I don't think I'll have anything. The rises in this pack is sick. I'll just use one of these. That one's quite long, but if I turn it down, probably pitch it down an octave as well. It definitely wants to be underneath the beat, so if you turn it down then. It's beat. So put that on sample so it doesn't pitch it up when you make it faster. And I don't want my tag to be too loud. Just have a little bit of variation as well, and cut out the hi-hats just before the second half of the drop, just to lead us in. Will lead us into the verse. We're gonna have 2 bars without the hi-hats, and then we'll bring it back in. And then we'll copy this over. But what we'll actually do, have the 808 playing by itself here. We'll have like a bridge type thing with just the 808 here. Copy this over. Leave that as well. And then for the outro, I'll probably just have the hi-hat and the snare taking us out, and I might automate the master fader as well. Something super basic. You just right click here, type in value to 80, which is at 0 dB, and then you just fade this down to 0. But apart from that, that's the beat. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This has been Flex the Underdog. Catch you in the next one.